All right, here we are with another episode of the Medical Marketing Podcast. In fact, we're transitioning over to our Profit Engines podcast shortly. This podcast will also coordinate our new branding for this particular brand, which is our medical marketing brand called Practice Bloom. And we're going to talk today about the number one important thing you need to do as a medical practitioner in order to really accelerate your growth. And in fact, 95% of the challenges we find in the market are related to this one topic. Now, if you can imagine, that is a pretty severe number if you have this issue at hand. And what we're really talking about is lead follow-up. So what we've found over the last, especially 2.5 years of marketing specifically to cash-paying medical spas and other similar types of environments where there is a proclivity of cash-paying people who are looking to be interested in a product or service but aren't necessarily sold on your practice. They will want to see behind the curtain, so they'll take an offer in the market, whether it's $100 off or $250 off or 2 for 1 or whatever the marketing message is in the space where there is a opportunity for a percentage off or a cash offer. They want to just see what's behind the curtain. So they'll put in their name and information, basically window shopping as they might call it, and make sure that they at least see what's there for the offer and how it works. Now, this is where the magic comes in. If you can stay with these people and create a relationship with these people over time, it may be a day, a week, a month, a year, but the concept is very much the same. See, delivering leads into the market space is something that we do as a company, but producing conversions, meaning sitting in a chair and doing a procedure, or at least starting with a consultation, is really the side of the practitioner. And what we've found time and time again is the follow-up skills for a practice make them a 6-figure practice, 7-figure, or even an 8-figure practice based on how well they follow up with their leads. Now, everybody says that they follow up. They can make phone calls, emails, they might even text. However, what we find the most important thing to do, and here's your 5% difference between everybody else. So if you can do this 5%, that only 5% of the practitioners we find do, is to create a relationship in the first dialogue. So when you finally get the person into a dialogue on the phone or in an email, you ask them very specific questions about the procedure, not to find out what time they want to come in, not to find out when they're available, or what time would work for them to see you as a practitioner, but when they can actually get you on a call and find out about their situation. Because the relationship that you're building from the very beginning is just like that first impression you make with someone. If you can create a relationship with the first touch, if you can start the relationship by building a bridge into learning them as a person, them, that means the patient, as a human being and not just a person who's coming through window shopping, but as someone who's being guided and coached into becoming a better person themselves by whatever procedure or service you're going to be providing. That is the 5% that we see only in a few spots in the market. 95% of the practices we run into are just trying to stick an appointment onto their calendar without starting the relationship. And that's where the big challenge is. So if you can remember this one thing, if you start with having a lengthy discussion and getting an emotional attachment to the practice with your customer, those two things combined will end up with a solid customer for life. Hope this helps, and we'll see you in the next episode.